Well, good morning, YouTube. Welcome back into Dory's Kitchen. Yesterday was Thursday. I'm trying to remember what the date is today. I've been off the last couple of days. Today is actually October 17th. Yesterday on October 16th was Thursday, and I uploaded a video of me making another batch of round sugar cookies to decorate for Halloween. This is going to be a fun one today. So a lot of people watched and commented, and I was trying to reply back, but I took some time off so I can do another video, and this might be 2 videos today. I don't know yet. So welcome back, welcome aboard. If you're new here, my name is Dory. As for my videos, I take all my videos in real time. I don't edit. So it's kind of like you're standing in my home. So it's a cool feeling, I think. What I'm going to do today, yesterday, what I said in my video is, while my video was uploading yesterday, I made a batch of royal icing. The royal icing recipe is actually on my channel, and I found the recipe from a YouTube channel called Little Cookie Company, and I shared that in my royal icing video. It is not my recipe, it is theirs. Just so you know, but it is very delicious, so I'm going with it. And it comes out the same every time I make it. So the ingredients, I don't have my recipe card right in front of me. I will get that soon. You know, I should just get it now. This is like real time, right? I'll be messing up here. So let's go in my pantry. I have a recipe box right here. And I think my card, there it is, right on top, because that's the last one I did. All right, let me put you back here and I'll show you this recipe. This is for royal icing, and I'll hold this card up so you can kind of see it. It is 1 bag of powdered sugar. Make sure it's pure cane powdered sugar. 3 tablespoons of meringue powder. 2/3 cup of water, 1/4 cup of corn syrup, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and 1 tablespoon of butter emulsion. And as for your water, you want to add a little bit out of it at a time, you know, to go with the consistency that you want. Okay? So what I made is kind of like a medium flood consistency. So, what I want to do first with this royal icing is ice the cookies first. And because I'm going to show you some airbrushing today for the first time, this is going to be exciting. I wanted to just ice the cookies white. And when I ice them, they have to dry a little bit, and they will dry, you know, it's not going to take too long. So I'm going to bring you into the counter back here by my bay window here. And I have my bowl of icing is right here. This is what I made with 1 batch. So, and then I have cookies right here that I baked yesterday. And I've got some cooling racks. Now this is what I do. I have a cookie sheet right here. And then I put my cooling rack right on top of that cookie sheet. The reason I do this is because when I do ice my cookies in icing, the icing just might drip down. If it drips down, it's going to go into my clean rack. And then I can always scoop that frosting up and put it right back in the bowl because it'll be clean. So the same with over here. I have a smaller rack and a smaller cookie sheet. So I did the same thing. Okay. And again, thank you so much for all your kind words, all your support. I was reading, you know, some of the stuff yesterday that everybody wrote. Okay, let me tip this down so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Okay, I got you to my left side because I am right-handed. So this is, and I might want to drop this down a little bit. Let me see if I can get this down. Bring you down some. There, I think that's going to be better. Just don't want you to go too much and then, okay. All right, I think that's going to be good right there. Okay, this is my frosting. And it sat overnight, so there are some bubbles. So I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to stir it a little bit. Royal icing will dry up. It will harden pretty quick. So air will make it dry up. See how those bubbles are disappearing? So I'm just stirring this up, and just so you can kind of see what it does. See that consistency, and it falls right back into the bowl. So this is kind of like a medium. Thin to medium. If you want to thicken it up, you can just add more powdered sugar and stir it. But that's what I wanted. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have gloves on. And what I'm going to do, let me get I got some bowls and some lids over here. I just want to take my little spatula here and put it over here on a lid. So I'm going to take sugar cookies. I'll put a few on the top of this bag. I'm going to hold it here. Okay, and I'm just going to take my hand. I should tighten this glove up some. Okay, I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to get some frosting in my hand. I'm going to take this cookie and I'm just going to move it across just like that. Just to cover the top of the cookie. Then I'm going to take the cookie and I'm going to bring it over here to my rack. And I want to make sure you can kind of see that. I'm just trying to, I don't want to be dripping all over my counter here. It's kind of hard to, where my camera's at, I have a black thing that holds my camera on my stand, and it's hard to see. I'm pretty sure you can see this, so just watching. So again, we're going to take some frosting. And what I do is I probably just make my hand like a scoop and just gently go over it. Move this one to the front here because I kind of want to get 3 cookies. I want to leave a little bit of space in between these cookies. So if that frosting drips, it will drip, in between the cookie and down to the baking rack. So my goal, I'm hoping that this is going to be enough to ice and decorate. If it's not going to be enough to decorate, then I'm going to have to make another batch. But what I want to do is get these iced first and then let the icing, harden some, and then we can airbrush some of these. I do want to make some colors as well. Okay. And I'm hoping that this comes out and you can kind of see this. This is how I used to do cookies in the bakery. Ice them all up, let the icing harden, and then you have a surface for decorating. Go in here and get some more cookies out. I think that batch made about 22 cookies. But these are a bigger, if you can look at the cookie, it's pretty big in my hand. But once I get this whole rack done onto here, I'll show you why I put the baking rack down. because some of this frosting is dripping onto the rack. Now, this is how I do it. It's faster. It can be a little bit messy, but let me show you. If you can see, I'm going to have to move. Oh, let's see here. If you can look down, kind of underneath. Just want to make sure I'm not dripping icing everywhere. But if you can look down onto the rack down there, you can kind of see drips of icing coming down. Now, this is one way to ice cookies. Another way is you could make a thicker consistency of royal icing, you know, and just put it in a pastry bag, make sure it's thicker, and do like an outside edge of it. Can do that. And I'm starting this next baking rack. Let's get these cookies out here. But you can do an outline and then not scoop it out and do it this way. But to me, this is faster for me. And I just want a thin layer to ice the top because we're going to build it up, you know, with more royal icing and colors, and do outlines and colors and things like that. So we're going to do pumpkins, jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, and we're going to do ghosts, and we're going to do I'm going to write the word boo, you know, on a pumpkin. I've got a few more cookies left back here. And then once I get these iced, I will take my gloves off, move the camera, and I can show you what I'm talking about, how it's dripping down. Okay, how many more we have left here? We have 2 left. Good. We have enough room on these racks for all the cookies. One more. Okay, and I have enough to decorate. Yay! All right, get that off. I'm gonna get these gloves off. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is move you back a little bit because I got to get a paper towel. And if you can see how that icing is dripping down. All right. And most of it is pretty much staying right on my cookie sheet there. Okay. What I want to do, I'm going to back you up a little bit here. What I want to do with this bowl is I want to clean my edge off with a paper towel. Okay? Because I want to make sure I can put my cover back on here. And I want to clean up my mess right away. So I think what I'm going to do, since this is starting to drip here on this side, I have another, I'm just going to put a paper towel right there, and it'll catch that. All right, so we're going to take this cover, and we're going to put this over here. Some people will take a damp paper towel. You got to make sure that if you do a damp paper towel that it's not dripping water. You just want to dampen it, you know. All right, clean that up. And we're going to let them dry. This is going to be fun. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my frosting my leftover frosting in this bigger bowl. And I'm going to bring it onto this other counter. And I rearranged. Okay, before I start back here, let me take my phone out of the stand. I want to show you. I'm going to move my stand over here. Okay. See how it's dripping? Okay, and it's catching on that cookie sheet. Okay. And it'll take a while for them to dry. So while they're, and that's what they look like right now on the top. And you see how one looks like a bubble? That's actually the cookie baked like that. I actually have 2 of them, and I don't know why it did that. The rest of them are flat. But it was the last batch of cookies that I baked. See, there's the other one right there. So we'll figure out something with that. You know, there's a way to make a design that'll kind of cover that up, but we'll figure it out. Now I'll just put a lot of sprinkles on or something like that. And another thing, if you do cookies like this and you just want to ice them with your hands with gloves on, and if all you want to do is just ice them with colorful sprinkles, put your sprinkles on right away. You can dye your royal icing any color you want. I could have done this in orange and then just put a bunch of sprinkles on. Real simple, just a iced and jimmied up cookie. You know, you can do it that way too. Okay? So, but I wanted to show you airbrushing today and, you know, piping on stuff. So we're going to do that. All right, so we're going to move the camera. Now we're going to let them stay there and let them dry off. And then I'm going to put you back onto the stand. Okay, now I rearranged my cake island. I turned it so I can get my airbrush over there. See, I'll show you this little bitty thing. It's just a little bitty airbrush machine. Okay, and then this is, this is the airbrush gun. And there's a cup on the top right there, and that's where you put your food coloring in. Okay, and when I'm ready for that, I will show you. And there's a little piece that just dropped on the floor. I have to find that. Oh, where did it go now? Probably went underneath. There it is. Okay, I found it. There's a little piece that clips to the side, and that will hold my airbrush gun in. So we'll do that, and then we're going to wheel this right back in place. I wanted it to be closer to the counter so I could plug it in. So I decided to turn it, and I think this is going to work out pretty good. Okay. What I'm going to do now is we're going to color. I'll actually bring this over here. Move my turntable over here. We're going to make some colors, and we're going to put them in some bags. And I'm going to get a glass because it's a lot easier doing it with a glass. Looking for a shorter one here. Okay. I have this little short blue one. Okay. And I've got my food coloring over here. So what we're gonna do first, I need some twist ties too. Royal icing does dry, so I have a bag of twist ties in my pantry. I'm gonna get some of them. Okay. All right, I think I'm good to start here. All right, let's move these bags to the back. And I'm just going to make sure you can see what I'm doing. Bring it to the front here. Okay, I'm going to drop you down a little bit. There we go. All right. First thing I'm going to do this might be noisy. I'm going to put a bag inside my cup here. See, like this? So I have this cup. Put the bag inside the cup. It's a lot easier because this is liquidy. So I just want to stir it up just a little bit more. So those air bubbles. Just move that spatula, in and out. All right. Now we're going to pour. We need white. I don't need a lot of white. Okay. There we go. There's white. And we're going to bring this bag out of the cup. See? Just like that. Make sure that goes all the way down. And I'm going to come down to where this frosting is. I'm going to twist this bag. And then I'm going to put a twist tie on it. And I'm probably going to trim some of this bag. Because royal icing will harden. It will get dry. So I'm going to trim up some of this top of this bag. Because this bag is kind of big. So we won't need all that. So like that. Okay? Just like that. So we'll put this to the back. I have white now. Alright, now I've got some little bowls back here. Now we're going to pour this into a bowl because I want to make some colors. We're going to make some black. I don't need a lot of black. Okay, and then I've got my coloring here over here. I use a Miracolor. It's a Miracolor. That's my favorite brand of food coloring. It's a gel paste for colors. That's my favorite brand. And again, I get it on Amazon. I'm sure there's probably some bakery websites you can probably order it or just Google it. So what I'm going to do is make some black here. Black or a darker gray. And I'll take another spatula here. Put a few drops in there. Oh yeah, this is going to be kind of dark, so that's good. That's what I want. Okay. Well, I'm working on this. Let me put this back in my box here. All right, cover that up a little bit with that bowl. Now we're going to take another bag. that in a cup. Just like that. Just want to make sure you can see this. I think you can. Okay, well, we're going to pour this black into this bag. This is probably going to be a two-part video, or two-part decorating, making up these colors. It's just, you know, it's important to me that you see the process on how the things are done, or what I do. Okay, so there's the black. Pull this up out. Then we'll push that down to the bottom of that bag. Twist it a couple of times. Get a twist tie. Okay, sorry, that went right in the camera. All right, I'm gonna cut this excess stuff off of here. All right, there's my black. So now we have white and we have black. All right, we'll get some orange next. All right, I'm gonna get a paper towel. No, I didn't want that to happen. I'm low on the paper towels up here. I'm going to have to put a new roll in soon. Okay, you can see some of it drip, this black frosting drip to the back. I'm going to get that wiped up right away. All right, I'm going to put this bowl in the sink and fill it with water. Okay. Now I'm going to turn you. I want you to see the cookies over here. If you can kind of look. Here, raise you up a little bit. You can kind of see they're not dripping as much as they were. So the frosting is starting to thicken up, you know, and get harder or crustier, so be a little bit longer. So this will work. All right. So let's go back with another bag and another bowl. Have our bowl there. Get another bag here. Just a little bit. I'll fix this bag here. There. Okay. Now we're going to do some orange. And just so you know, I am not a pro and I think what I want to do is thicken this up just a little bit. I don't know if I should or I shouldn't. I think I do. I think I do. I'm going to get a little bit of powdered sugar. To me, it seems like it's more on a thinner consistency. So I'm just going to add a little bit in here, stir it up, and then see how it feels. You can see that that's a little bit thicker, which is probably where I want it. Oh yeah. That's better. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more though. I am not a pro at royal icing. I'm not. So this is a learning process for me. Learning as we're going. Again, yesterday I said I like to play. I like playing with new techniques and new things, and then I learn. So I'm not I'm a professional decorator. Recipes? Oh, I think I'm in first grade. I want to graduate. But never too old to learn something new, that's for sure. Now that's thickening up. That's nice. Yeah, so there. See? It's thickening. I like that better. All right, we'll stay with that. All right, put my powdered sugar away. So our white and our black is a thinner consistency. So let's do the orange. Put that back in the pantry there. All right, so now we're going to pour. Make sure I'm going to turn you a little bit more here. Going to pour some into this bowl. There we go. Cover that up. Yeah, that's much better. Now we're going to add some orange food coloring into here. Put about 4 drops because I kind of want it to be brighter. Now this is too bright for me. See how that, I'm going to tone it down a little bit. I'm going to add a drop of brown in there. See how bright that orange is? So if we add a drop of brown, we can make that pumpkin-y brown color. Just like that. One good sized drop. Now watch the color. Just going to tone it down. Could be too much brown, but that's okay. I think it's going to be good. We'll add a little bit more orange in there. Yeah, I kind of like that color though, but we'll add some more orange. That was a little bit too much brown. We'll see what this orange does. Playing with food coloring is fun too. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to add a little bit more of the white. And that'll probably bring that back a little bit more. More of a pumpkin-y look. See that? There we go. I like that color. All right, let's put this in a bag. Still a little bit too much brown, but it's okay. It'll work. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. I sure love my days off. I hear people cutting grass outside. I'm going to go out this afternoon. Right now it's like almost noon here. I'll go out later on today and work a little bit in my yard. All right, I'm going to go put this in the sink and put water in this bowl. Okay. All right, our cookies have stopped dripping, so it's getting thicker now. Okay, I rinsed my hands off a little bit there. These are pumpkin orange. Yeah, I like the color. All right, come on down. Come on down there. I'll twist you. Cut away some of this bag as well. There it is. So we've got white, black, and our pumpkin orange. Now we need some green. To another bag. Okay. All right. This is going to be our green. We don't need a lot of it, just a little. I still want to make purple and yellow. Okay. They're green yet. Come on there. Couple drops of that green. What I'm going to do is add just a tiny bit of brown. I'm actually going to get a toothpick because I just want to tone that green down just a little for fall. I don't want it to be bright, bright green. So I'm going to get a toothpick here. There. So a toothpick. I took the cap off of this brown, and I'm just going to go in just like this. Now you can just do a little bit of food coloring on a toothpick instead of dropping a big drop. I think that probably would have helped my orange, but I wasn't thinking properly. So just a little bit on a toothpick. Okay, and then we're going to add that into the green. And I'll leave my toothpicks here because I might need a little bit more brown. And then we'll see what that does. But I think that's going to be good. See how that tones that green down some? Just tones it down just a little. And that's all I wanted. So that'll be good. All right, so we'll put this cap back onto the brown. Okay. Let's pour this into this bag. There we go. Okay. And we might need a little bit of brown too for like a stem on a pumpkin, huh? Okay. Just adding some water to my other bowl. Okay. All right, so we got the green here. It's important when you're making colors of royal icing that when you're done making your color and you put it in your bag, make sure you put those bowls in the sink right away with some warm water. You don't, that's going to harden and it's going to be so hard to clean out of your bowls. So I just I fill them up with water, let them sit for a little bit. Can add a little bit of Dawn dish soap in there, that might help too. And then I'll go back and clean them. All right, I'm going to add a twist tie to my green bag. Cut some of this excess off here. Okay, and then there's my green. And let's see, we're gonna go with some yellow. We'll see if I have enough for yellow and purple, and hopefully brown. Put another bag in this cup. Yeah, this will probably be a two-part video for decorating, so I just wanted you to see the process, so that was important. Okay, so then we're going to do a little bit of yellow. Oh yeah, I'll have enough. Don't need a lot of yellow, just a little. We'll have enough. We just need a little bit of purple and a little bit of brown, so we're good. All right, so this is yellow. There we go. Just want one drop in there. Don't need it too bright. So that's good enough. It's bright enough. Okay. Put this yellow. Now, when you're making your batch of royal icing, when you first start out and you make a batch in your mixer, you can make it to thicker consistency, like use less water. You know, again, I highly recommend going on Little Cookie Company's YouTube channel and watch that, because they explain everything really, really well, a lot better than what I will ever be able to do, because, again, I'm learning too. This is a learning process. Okay. But I want to take these to work and surprise the girls, and might, drop some off by my daughter's house. Surprise my granddaughter with some, a couple cookies. All right, we're going to put a twist tie on this one. 2 more colors to make. The reason I'm putting twist ties on these bags is so that they don't dry out as fast. All right, there's my yellow. So we have red, no, we have black. White. We have our pumpkin orange, we have yellow, we have green. Another bowl that's got to go in the sink with water. Dishes, dishes, and more dishes. Okay. Always can find something to do and to play with on my days off. Yeah, all right. So now we have another bowl. Get another bag. We're going to do purple. Once I get this done, on my table, on my kitchen table, I have a scrapbook. I want to show you some pictures of some things in my scrapbook. I have a couple big scrapbooks, which is a tiny fraction of all the cakes and cookies and cupcakes I've done over the last 30 years. It's just a small fraction. Okay, so now we're going to make a little bit of purple here. And then we'll make a little bit of brown. And then we should be good. Here's our purple. Purple. What are we doing purple with? What are we going to need purple for? Halloween and purple. Guys can think about that, huh? All right. And we'll stir this up. Yeah, we want this a little darker, so I'm going to add another drop or two. This is actually called violet. Maybe one more big drop. Have to get some more food coloring here. Yeah, my little bottles, they'll last me a long time. Yeah, that's getting darker now. Okay. Put that over here. Pour this into this bag. And then the fun part will start, and I will upload this video and start another video. Show you about cake decorating. All right, this bowl into the sink. One more color, one more color. this out. Okay, drop that down some, get down there. Another twist tie. Now we'll cut some excess of this bag off too. All right, there's my purple. All right, put that over there. And then you just want to do some brown. And I have a lot of little bowls for frosting. All right, one more bag here. Okay, the last of the royal icing. We'll make brown. Okay. We're going to make pumpkins. We need like brown stems, don't we? Okay, there we go. This we'll put in the sink. Alright, there's that one. Okay. Alright, this is our last color. Brown. I need too much of that because it's not that much in there. There we go. It's a nice color. Okay. All right, bag over here. I hope this comes out and you can see everything. It's hard to adjust the angle of the camera. Camera's so little and I'm just trying to show you so much. So I'm hoping it comes out. But the fun part, definitely you will see a lot better. Okay, there's our brown. Last bowl in the sink. Yippee! Yay! All right. It's kind of exciting because you're gonna learn more about my skills and stuff this next, this video and the next video. All right, so I'm going to show you, get this other bag twist tied, and I'll show you my scrapbook. one of them anyway. I'll show you some. I did upload some, I think like 5 pictures of things I've done for Halloween over the last few years in my posts. I believe if you have a cell phone, you can go into my posts. There's tabs on my channel. Go under posts, and you can see the pictures I uploaded. I haven't figured out how to do that on a television. I don't even know if I can do it on a television. I'm not a technical person. So, but anyway, there's my brown. So, here are the colors. We have brown and we have black. We have purple, white, our pumpkiny orange, yellow, and green. Those are the colors right there. Okay. All right. Bags are cut. Now, before I move you, okay, see, we're almost at an hour. This will be another part, another video for sure. Okay. I wanted to show you this. This is what I get on Amazon. This is called a student kit. It's AmeriColor soft gel paste food coloring. There's 12 assorted soft gel paste colors, little bottles. You get super black, royal blue, sky blue, chocolate brown, lemon yellow, teal, leaf green, orange, deep pink, super red, violet, and fuchsia. Those all come in this, you know. But I love AmeriColor because to me, personally, AmeriColor is the truest color on the color. You know what I mean? You can buy different brands of food coloring, different brands of gel paste, and their coloring will be different. So, you know, it'll be a little different or a little off. So, but I love AmeriColor. All right, so I also have in the back AmeriColor airbrush colors, and I'll show you that on the next video when we airbrush. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring you to the table. Let's show you my scrapbook. Bring it over here. Oh, look at the television. I don't know if you can see that. Another Halloween screensaver with pumpkins and fire and twinkling lights and leaves falling. Here, let's bring it in here closer. You can see that. Okay. Isn't that cool? We'll put you right by it here. There we go. It does play music, but I turned the volume down. But isn't that pretty? There's a ghost flying up in the sky. Going up towards by the moon there. Oh, and then it disappears. Fun. Now I see bats flying. I don't know if you can see that. And there are bats flying up by the moon there. You see them? They're real tiny. Birds or bats? I think they're birds, but it could be a bat. I'm not sure. But that's cool, isn't it? All right. Happy Halloween, everybody. Okay, let's go and I'll show you my book. Okay, here we are. All right, I think what I'm going to do, this chair here. Right, I do have some cookie pictures. So here's one. There's a boo. There's a ghost. I think what I'm going to do here is move you. Where's the light's brighter? Let's go over here. Get you right underneath this light. Okay. All right, now we'll hold that up. There we go, that's better. So you have the black cat. Isn't that cute? And a ghost. And Boo. So there's those. Here's the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin I can do. Okay. This one's cute too. This is a mummy. Airbrush the back of the cookie all black, and then you take little strips of white frosting and just go crisscross over it. Isn't that cute? Okay, and then it's a goofy looking Frankenstein. Oh, a funny face. Isn't that fun? Okay, and what else do I have here? Oh, this is probably one of my all-time favorite cookies. A witch. Actually, this cookie, if you turn this upside down, this is an ice cream cone. See where the hat is? That would be the cone, and this would be ice cream. And then in the fall, we switched it in the bakery upside down, and we got a witch and we got a scarecrow. Isn't that fun? Kind of cool when you can take one cutter and get multiple things out of it. So there's that. Now I'm going to move these over. I'm going to show you some more in my book. So I'm going to take my phone out of my stand. Okay. I'm hoping this works because, again, it's under paper. This is a Halloween cake that I did a long time ago. So you see the purple and the green and the orange and the black background? That's all airbrushing. Okay. Here's a cake. Oh, Frankenstein cake. I think that was actually, oh, that is a 2-layer. That actually is a 2-layer. That's chocolate frosting, chocolate buttercream on the top. Isn't that fun? Okay, and then over here, we have more cookies, giving thanks, leaves, and corn stalks and pumpkins. See the back in the background with the green looks like bushes and grass in the background? That's airbrushing. The same with the leaf. You can get stencils and just lay a stencil on your cookie and airbrush over a stencil and lift it up, and you've got a stencil. So, yeah, and then check this out. Somebody asked me, is there any way you could do like a Thanksgiving cake or a turkey or a pumpkin-shaped cake? Isn't he adorable? This is actually a coloring book page that I got out of my granddaughter's Thanksgiving book years ago, and I saved it. But isn't that cute? Again, more airbrushing. So, time for harvest. And we've got cupcakes down here. We've got the Green Bay Packers with the green and yellow sprinkles, footballs, helmets, and Halloween picks and different colors and sprinkles. That's a lot of cupcakes in that box, isn't it? And then this is a cake. This is a 2-layer, 8-inch round cake, jack-o'-lantern. And I always love decorating the sides of them. See that? With the swirls and make it colorful. That was fun. So that's what I've got for Halloween and, you know, Thanksgiving type fall stuff. You know, that's a few things I've done more. So, okay. All right. So I'm going to put you back in the stand. Raise you up some. Turn you around. All right, take you over there by the cookies there. They're done dripping. All done. So, what I'm going to do is upload this video, do up my dishes, and do another video, and we'll decorate and do airbrushing. And I believe I want to stay right here by my counter, so with the airbrushing. So we'll see how it goes. But I know over by my table the light is brighter, but I don't want to get any airbrushing on my new table. So we're going to do that over here by this counter. So, okay, we will see you shortly. So have a great afternoon, and we will upload another one later today. All right, bye-bye. Airbrushing and decorating coming up next. Bye-bye.